Here today is a little demo on glazing and scumbling. This is a potato I rubbed over the dry painting to somehow the starches. A potato or an onion will open up the painting to accept the walnut oil. Here's a tinted walnut oil, very thinly tinted, very thinly placed on. Rubbed over the entire face. Soft brush. Again, this is just walnut oil with the tiniest dash of burnt umber. Call this a glaze. You really have to push it into the paint sometimes. It doesn't want to stay. That's what the potato does. It keeps it, lets it attach to the existing painting. Now the walnut oil sticks. And I just keep making sure every spot's covered with a nice sheen on the painting. Painting also has to be very dry when you do this. Each layer needs to be very dry. Napkin to dab up any bad spots. Still working the oil into the painting. Still working. Sometimes you have to let the paint, the oil sit for a while, come back and rework it because it runs and disappears in areas. You have to rub it in with your finger, a napkin, or a dry brush. More dry brush work. I'm not wiping the oil away, I'm rubbing the oil in, changing the color with a new color on top of it, clear glaze. Still just working the oil in. This is another coat of oil. More oil. Same day. Wet oil on wet oil works. Now I'm taking some blue and white, a very light blue for my highlight. Just block it in. Soft brush the edges. Brush strokes in there. Take my finger and I really soften all the edges. Create a sheen. Rub that paint over the other paint until it becomes transparent. See the color behind it. Multiple layers. Now this is some yellow and blue and white. Really light green for those cool areas and the shadows. Really just feather them in. Use your finger. Smear them in. Rub that paint in. Add a little bit of dark back in occasionally. Usually just use some really dry black oil paint. There's more highlights. Same color. Very, very light blue. That cool light. All the detail work. Still going to go back and soften those edges. More detail work around the eyes. Again, just that cool white. Light blue and white mixed together. Those eye transitions, those transition there, soft changes in the eyes. The eye is a different color blue. It's not light blue. It's French ultramarine blue and white to create the whites of the eyes. And just more softening, more softening. Push the paint around. My finger goes on transparent over top of the old paint, the last layer. And this is the first of the final layers. I'll probably do 20 layers total. Softening of the eyes. Always clean up, fix the drawing. Always fixing and softening. It's soft transitions, skin tone. You always have to wipe your brush with a dry paper towel. Keep that brush dry, soften those edges.